How's it going, everybody? I'm Connor, this is Noah with This Crazy Bowling Green, and today we brought some 7502 flight number disc out to the field today to kind of see which one might reign superior to the other. We just kind of want to compare some of the different discs that are in similar flight number slots in different companies. There's a few different molds out now that have recently been released, that being the Athena from Discraft and the Strike from Birdie. We also brought along the Explorer, but all of these are kind of modeled after maybe one of the very first molds in this class out there is the T-Bird from Innova. They feel very similar to each other. I would say personally, I think the Strike and the Explorer feel most similar. If anything, the T-Bird feels maybe a little bit more blunt compared to the Athena, with a little bit more aggressive of an edge to it.
Yeah, so for the most part, hand feel, other than what Connor was talking about with a little bit of the bluntness on that T-Bird, they're all pretty similar hand feels. They all feel like they are a true 7-speed. This is the first premium plastic that we're seeing out of Birdie Disc Golf Supply. This disc so far, the plastic feels fantastic. They're just calling it premium. I don't know if they'll change the name on that or not, but just this premium plastic feels good in the hand. I do want to preface just for this video, this Strike is only 168 grams and the rest are close to max weight. So there will be a little bit of a variation with this, and we are facing just a little bit of headwind, so some of these may get a little bit flippier than what you might see on the course.
I'm gonna throw with a bit of a slower arm speed. Noah's gonna put a little bit more oomph behind it. So we're gonna throw these here. We're gonna put some flight trails behind it to kind of give you an idea of how they compare to each other. First up, I've got this Strike from Birdie. Initially, I kind of like this profile in the hands, maybe a little bit more than some of the other molds that we're testing out today initially. This one is a little bit more lightweight at 168. It feels like the plastic is maybe a little bit more brittle, if I could put it that way. It's very nice though. It feels nice and tacky. It doesn't want to slip from underneath my fingers. It might feel a little bit more rigid compared to maybe some of the other flexibility of the other plastics though, but flight-wise though, I'm interested to see what it's like. We had a little bit of headwind coming across the field. I felt like I put it on enough hyzer to where it was able to pop up the flat in that headwind and being a little bit lightweight at 168. Super straight. It didn't want to feel like it glided forever, but it still was a very controllable shot. All right, next up I've got the Explorer. It is in this recycled plastic, so I've heard that the recycled tends to maybe fly a little bit more neutral out of the box. I guess kind of true to what maybe a nice speed-in seasoned Explorer might fly like. Personally, I like the feel of this as well as the Birdie Strike the most out of all four of them, but I'm interested to see how it flies. I couldn't tell if I quite maybe air balanced that a little bit. I really liked how straight it flew for a very long amount of time before it finished. It wasn't an aggressive finish though, so like it was very dependable. It feels like one I can maybe work on different angles like that. Next up, I've got the Athena from Discraft. This one, compared to the others, I feel like has a little bit higher parting line. Maybe it almost feels like the underneath profile comes to more of a point compared to some of the other profiles on it. Feels really nice. A lot of times you can't beat the ESP plastic in a lot of different molds, so I have heard rumors maybe that some of the different colors of the Athenas are a little bit more stable or more neutral compared to other ones. I'm not sure exactly how true that is. We've got the greenish bluish one here, but I'm hoping that it pushes super straight with the dependable fade like maybe a 7502 should. So let's see how it goes. Okay, yeah, I enjoyed the flight on that a lot. I don't know if it completely stayed straight on me the whole time. I don't think it wanted to flip up at all, but even on a slight amount of hyzer, it wanted to push before finishing right at the end. Nothing too aggressive though. Lastly, I've got the T-Bird here. This one is straight out of Noah's bag, and he does say that maybe it's a little bit more stable than other T-Birds or other 7502s. For me, I imagine this could be one that could fight a headwind real well and have a nice overstable finish to it. Let's see how it flies though for me. I think that went about maybe 260 to 280, somewhere in that range. For someone with my same level of arm speed, that T-Bird especially is going to be a little bit more stable, I think. But then again, something maybe a little bit more slightly different in profile, or if you get a different run of T-Bird. That one felt like it wanted to get to the ground a little bit more on me. Great for headwinds though, or if I need something to hold a hyzer for a longer amount of time.
So after throwing all these out in the field and on a couple holes out here at Lovers, I'm still partial to my T-Bird. I'm just comfortable with it in my hand. I know what it's going to do. I like the stability level of it. Like we previously said, this is a lighter strike. I really feel like this disc wanted to just push straight with almost no fade at all, maybe a slight fade. I think it's a great disc. I just wouldn't slot it for my 7502, kind of my overstable, slower fairway driver.
The two I've got here is the Explorer and the Athena. The Explorer honestly was my favorite out of all of them. Again, this recycled plastic is probably more true to a beat up, seasoned Explorer. Very comfortable in my hands. I've got maybe some smaller hands than compared to others, but it fit mine very comfortably. The Athena, in the ESP plastic, you can't beat ESP plastic a lot, and I like the feel of it a lot. Comparing the two and maybe the Athena against the other ones is a little bit more domey. I don't think it's anything super special that's so much more amazing than all the other ones. I think there's plenty other options out there in that 7502 slot. Anything with Paul Macbeth's name on it though is super cool though, so you can't beat that. But still a great disc. I think it was most accurate to the 7502 for me personally. Really like the Explorer a lot though. I had a lot of fun with it though. So you can find all of these discs in any of our Disc Crazy locations. That's in Bowling Green, Kentucky, Indianapolis, Indiana, New Albany, Indiana, and Huntsville and Madison, Alabama area. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got an idea of what all these kind of fly like. See you next time. Yeah.